Chizuk from the Parsha, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Parsha Pנחas. I don't think there's any Parsha throughout the entire Torah that the Torah is teaching us so much responsibility and self-control that you have to take up on yourself. Stop blaming your surroundings, stop blaming your parents, stop blaming your kids, stop blaming everyone around. Udam nivru yechidi, Chazal tell us, a person is born himself. You are the one and only alone in the world, and that's the way you have to look in the world. Aina duva tuli elu bi. Everything is just dependent in me. In last week's Parsha, the Torah tells us when Kosvi Basir and Zimri Basuli did this terrible thing, the Chilul Hashem, and what did Klal Yisrael do? Torah tells us, Ve'ema boichim Pesach ha'il, they're all sitting and crying. What can we do? What can we do? Very famous statement that thousands of us say, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And Pנחas, Chazal tell us, was the youngest in the Beis Din, the youngest of the Shivas Kainim, and he came to Moshe Rabbeinu. What do we do? He came to the Kainim. What do we do? And they all stayed silent. You know what he did? He took responsibility. And because he took responsibility, it saved Klal Yisrael, and he stopped. The plague, he stopped the Magef. So many times in this week's Parsha, the Torah counts the Yiddish kinder after the Magaifa. The Torah tells us then, when he counts the Shevet, the father of the kids of Korach, what the Torah say? What the Torah says? Ivnai Korach lo yamaisi, the kids of Korach did not die. How does this come in exactly in counting? Why does the Torah mention it? The answer is, the kids of Korach could have said, what do you want us to do? We have a father, we have to stick up to our father. That's my father tells us to do, I have to do it. They took responsibility. They didn't say my father, and that's what happened. Ivnai Korach lo yamaisi, they were saved. The same thing in the Torah tells us this week's Parsha, Vayomos Nuda Va'avi Ba'krivom Eish Zor Lefnei Hashem. Aaron HaKohen's kids died because they did Eish Zor in the Kodesh HaKadoshim. They could have said, what do you want? It's my father. My father's the Kohen Gadol. We're not allowed to do it. You took credit where your credit doesn't belong. Vayomos, it's responsibility. And the same thing is with Nois Tzlofchad. Nois Tzlofchad, the daughters of Tzlofchad, knew good and well. The Torah tells us those who have sons get a nachle in Eretz Yisrael, and those who don't have sons don't get. Why did they go to ask? But it bothered them. It bothered them, and they could have stayed silent. What can we do? And they took responsibility, they took courage, and they knew we have to ask. And think about it. Moshe Rabbeinu, for years, he's teaching Klal Yisrael the Torah, Chikim and Mishputim, and the Torah is everything. And it comes to this point, they come to ask him, and he didn't even know. Vayakrev Moshe Mishpatel of Moshe Rabbeinu went and he asked. Why? Because they did the right thing. They decided we have to, something bothers us, we are going to listen to Das. We're going to ask her Das Torah. And the Heilige Rebbe Reb Meilech tells us this week, fascinating. Pinchas ben Lozo Eishev es Chamasim al Bnei Yisrael bekanos kenusim besoicham. What is besoicham? In between them, in them. So Rebbe Reb Meilech says in them means that Pinchas ben Elazar gave us a koyach until today, in 2024. For you, and for me, for everyone to stick up and do the right thing where we have to do the right thing, and don't say, this guy is going to do, this guy is going to do it, what can I do? No, it's you that you have to do it. And that's why he was Zoiche, he and his children, his grandchildren, remember, when you do the right thing, you, your kids, and your grandkids, in and in Nois Loyas Bris Shulam, don't ever underestimate yourself. Know your powers. I get the Shabbos.